Hello and welcome back to another video. As you can see, I've titled this video. It's a completely different video from what I normally do. For my new people, I'm normally a Washington Commanders NFL page, but it's been kind of quiet, so I thought I would try something new today. And yeah, training camp is coming up for the Washington Commanders, so I'm likely have some more content coming out soon. But today, I thought I'd just do something I'm also interested in, which is the English Premier League. This video will probably flop, but let's see how it goes, and yeah, let's get right into it. Before I begin, I just want to say this list is going to be tough to make. Probably be wrong for a lot of things. I think the Premier League is as balanced as it's ever been. Every team has quality. Every team could honestly compete in Europe competitions, which is crazy to say. But so let's get right into it. For 20th place, I have Hull City. I do like Hull City's owner. He's a very ambitious guy, so I could see them staying up. But they did finish sixth in the championship last season and did win the promotion championship. So they are probably the worst team coming up from the championship. But yeah, I do like Charlie Hughes, good young center back, and I'm excited to see Ollie McBurney back in the Premier League. But like I said, I don't think they'll have enough quality to stay up, and I think they finished 20th place. All right, next up, in 19th place, I have Ipswich Town. Like with Hull City, I don't think they have enough quality to stay up. I do actually like some of their players. Though. I like Jaden Philogene. I like Jack Clark. I think Jaden Philogene might be leaving. I also like Leif Davis. I am excited to see Gary O'Neill back in the Premier League. I know he's not had the greatest Premier League managerial career, but I think he'll do decent. And they've also made some nice signings too. They've signed Issa Diop, Abdul Fatwawu, Days Almeida. It just, I don't know. Premier League's too tough right now, so I think they'll go down at 19th place. All right, now 18th place, the final relegation spot. I think it's going to go to Fulham. With Marco Silva leaving, I think he really overexceeded at Fulham. I never really thought they had the greatest roster, but with him leaving, I think they're going to struggle a little bit, and they haven't made that many good signings, so I think they'll struggle. So I think they'll be the first established Premier League team to go down. And yeah, so I have Fulham finishing 18th. Now, just surviving relegation, I have Frank Lampard's Coventry City. By far the best team in the championship. I do hope they make a couple more signings so they can keep their spot in the Premier League this upcoming season. But yeah, they have like 95 points. They finished like a 52 goal differential. I just hope they don't go straight into the Premier League with the squad they have right now. I think they need a couple more signings. But I do think they'll be a fun team to watch. Frank Lampard back in the Premier League should be fun. And yeah, so that's why I finished in 17th. All right, now 16th place, another team fighting relegation. I think it's going to be Crystal Palace. They lost Oliver Glasner to Nottingham Forest, and he was a great manager for Crystal Palace. And looks like they're going to lose Lacroix to Chelsea, and maybe even Adam Warrington too. They've been depleted. Their squad has been depleted these last couple of seasons. I think it's going to hurt them this year. And yeah, I've been finishing 16th, and it's another team that I could see a surprise relegation, but I just think they still have enough quality to stay up. All right, in 15th place, this may be a surprise to some, but it's not going to be a surprise to me if this happens, is Newcastle United. Eddie Howe, I'm not the biggest fan of Eddie Howe. I think he's massively helped Newcastle, but I think he's been slowly declining his past couple seasons. And they've been depleted just like Palace. They lost Sandro Tonali. Looks like they might lose Bruno Guimaraes. They lost Anthony Gordon. Well, I have like the signings they make with Torre, I think Sean Stewart from Ajax. I just think they're not Premier League experienced players yet, but I think they will be. But I think this could be like a kind of decline season for Newcastle. But I do like the future of the club if they get rid of Eddie Howe. And yeah, so that's why I'm finishing 15th, Newcastle. Now, finishing 14th place, I have Brentford. Let's get them up there. Kind of like Newcastle, I think they're going to have a down year. I could see them fighting for Europe, but I just don't think their quality is that great. I do like Damsgaard. I do like Igor Thiago. and I think they're rumored to sign El Hajduk Diouf from West Ham, and him and Michael Quixote would be a fun fullback pair. But yeah, I think they'll finish mid-table, and yeah, 14th place. All right, next up in 13th place is again maybe a little bit surprised, but I have Sunderland. Now, don't get me wrong, Sunderland have a great squad. Looks like Granit Xhaka is not going to leave, which I think is bigger than any signing they could have made. I love Granit Xhaka, but they're going to be in Europe. They did get promoted just last season, so I think with them being in Europe, they could struggle a little bit in the Premier League. But overall, I think they're still a solid team. I think they could have a little bit of a down year. But again, I wouldn't be surprised if they're shooting for Europe again. And yeah, I've been fishing 13th place. All right, next up for the higher mid table, 12th place, I have Leeds United. I really like the business Leeds United's done this summer. They signed Harry Wilson on a free. I thought it was a great deal. I think it's a big loss for Fulham. They signed Tariq Murmovich. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. And it looks like they might even sign James Trafford, which was a little bit surprising to me. I thought Trafford might get somewhere like a little higher than that. But I do think Leeds, they're a big club. I think they'll finish 12th. A little bit of improvement from last year. And yeah, so I have Leeds finishing in 12th place. All right, next up in 11th place, I have Brighton. Brighton, they're always going to be good, but I don't think they'll get Europe this year. I think they might have a little bit of a down year. I do like the signings they made. I like Luka Vuskovic. I'm a Spurs fan, so I was a little upset to see him leave, but I understand it. He wants more playing time. Wouldn't have got that at Spurs. And I think it looks like they're going to keep Carlos Baliba for another season. I know he was supposed to go to Man United last summer and then kind of had a down year, but I think Baliba will be back to his best this year, and I think Brighton will finish 11th. I could see them finishing higher. They're always a hard team to judge, and I do like the winger they signed from Sweden. Sorry, I'm blanking his name, but I think that'll be a nice signing. Might not be ready to start right away, but I think he'll be a good piece for them. Yeah, so I have Brighton finishing 11th. Now in 10th place, I have Everton. I feel like they'll improve a little bit this upcoming season. I did hear that they might lose Iliman Ndiaye to Saudi Arabia. Really hope that doesn't happen. I would love to see Ndiaye still play in a top 5 league. But if they do lose him, I think it'll be a loss. But I still like their overall team. I like David Moyes. I think he's always going to be that manager that never going to get you too high, but he's never going to get you relegated. And yeah, so I think Everton will finish 10th place. And yeah. Now in 9th place, I have Nottingham Forest. They did lose Elliot Anderson, but they hired Oliver Glasner. I think he's going to be great for Forest. They were kind of in a relegation battle last season, but I think they'll definitely improve this next season. Love Morgan Gibbs-White. I think it's going to be a really fun team to watch, and yeah, I'm finishing the top half. Now, finishing in 8th place, I have Bournemouth. Again, another team that I find really fun to watch. I love El Junior Krupi. I'm a Spurs fan, so I'm hoping Spurs sign him. I heard there's some rumors, but it's not looking great. So if he stays at Bournemouth, I think he'll have another great season. Yeah, there's a super fun team. They have Alex Scott. They did lose Areola, their manager, so I think they will go down a little bit. They finished 6th last season. I think they'll finish 8th. And again, I know I kind of have a boring list with these top 7 teams all being like the biggest 7 teams, but I think each of those teams improved. I think all of them will have good years. And yeah, let's get right into the top 7. Now for 7th place, this is kind of maybe a little surprising. I think it's going to be Man United, actually. I think Michael Carrick over-exceeded what he was supposed to, and now they're stuck with him because he did good. But I still don't trust him that much. They have a great squad, though, so I could see them pushing back again for the Champions League. But with them being in the Champions League, not having one game a week, I think they'll struggle a little bit and finish 7th. All right, now 6th place. Maybe not a little surprise. I have Aston Villa. Now, don't get me wrong, Aston Villa is a great squad. I've liked the signings they make, especially in the midfield with Manzambi and João Gomes. I'm not too sure on the Garnacho signing. maybe he does need to change the scenery because he was solid when he played for United in his early career. But yeah, I feel like this Unai Emery, I feel like they're due for kind of a bad season. I know it's kind of a bad reason for having them at 6, but I do think they're due for maybe an unlucky season. Yeah, so I have them finishing 6th. And for 5th place, I know maybe I'm just a delusional Spurs fan, but I think they'll finish in 5th. After finishing 17th, I know it's a big jump to 5th. Probably get Champions League with 5th place too. But I really like the Zerbi. I think he's a great manager. And with basically half of the Premier League playing in Europe, Spurs only have one game a week. I think they'll surprise some people and get into the Champions League. And yeah, I know maybe I'm delusional, but I think that's a good spot for Spurs, and I think that's really doable for Spurs as well, especially with the signings they made. I like Mateus Fernandes a lot, like Tonali, like Van Hecke, like Senese, sorry. And yeah, I do hope that they make more signings for the attack. Attack is definitely the weakest point of the team by far. So I think if they get a couple good attacking signings in, and then when Javi and Wilson Odobert get back, I think they'll push for Champions League spot. I know I'm a little delusional, but I believe. Now for the top 4. In 4th place, I have Chelsea. I think Chelsea with Xabi Alonso, they're going to be a lot better. I've liked the signings they made. Maybe they overpaid a little bit for Morgan Rogers, but he's still a great player. Lacroix is a good center back. And yeah, I think Chelsea will improve a lot this season. So for the top 3 in 3rd place, might be a little surprising, maybe not really, but I have Man City. I think City will finish 3rd. First year without Pep Guardiola, might be a couple bumps along the way, but they still have one of the best teams in the league. Probably maybe the second best roster, maybe. But I think they'll finish 3rd. And 2nd place, I have Liverpool. I think they'll bounce back. Bounce back with Areola. And so, yeah, 1st place, I do have Arsenal. As a Spurs fan, it pains me to say, but I just think the Premier League is going to be kind of – I don't think they're going to win it easily, but they do probably the best team. Now, Saliba and Declan Rice could be out for a while. And if they miss a while, then I don't think they'll win. But I think Saliba opted against surgery. Still a long recovery, but I still think they'll win the Premier League. And I'm hoping I'm wrong, but maybe I'm putting in a jinx for them, so hopefully. And yeah, I just don't know how Man City will do first year without Pep, so they might struggle. And yeah, so that's the end of the video. I know I rushed through a couple of those teams there, but I just didn't want to make this video too long. So thank you guys for watching. If you'd like my Premier League content, maybe I'll do more, but I don't think it's going to do that great, but we'll see. So yeah, thank you guys for watching and have a great one.